Okay. No, you can have some. Good and Chodesh, good morning. Again, shortened shir, 35-minute shir. So we're in Daf Yomi Beis, Tanan Hasam. Tanan Hasam. Anyways, that's the older version. You need the new art scroll. His Gemara is full of coffee. We're holding 5 lines from the bottom. Not awesome. New sugya. A real shas sugya. I met a few people that told me they're so excited to be learning Niddah, the Mishnayos and just descriptions of different sizes of something that bored them kind of. They're all excited. They're back to shas, and they got us good. Start off on the right foot. Not awesome. Noilad la safek tuma. A woman was preparing dough. She's baking bread, and she has a suffix whether or not the dough is tummy. Well, it depends. Actually, Gilgala te'asa betuma, mish Gilgala te'asa betara. Gilgala is a lotion of starting to form the dough. It's machlokes is showing exactly what that means. Whether you pour the water in or you start mixing it, it's not the completion of the dough. Now, that is considered by those standards. That's considered gemar melacha. Gilgala, the forming the dough for challah. At that point, you're chayav b'challah. So if you take flour, you put in some water, you do gilgul, that's considered chayav challah. Now, challah is considered like truma. Challah is a form of truma you give to the kohen. So says the Gemara, if there's a suffix tuma, I don't know whether or not this dough is tummy. Now, I can't give any of this to the kohen regardless. Why? Because it's suffix tummy. Kohen can't eat from it anymore. That's it. For a kohen, it's finished. But I am just going to make dough now for myself. So I'm allowed to be metame with my hands. I'm allowed to make it tummy on purpose. There's no isser to make chulin tummy in Eretz Yisrael. The isser is to make something that would go to the kohen tummy, but it can't go to the kohen anyways. So Memela, I could do it betuma. Mishigilgala teyasa b'tahara. Once she already formed the dough, now I have to use tor kalim. I can't be metame b'yadayim because I'm also to be metame b'yad. Now I'm not allowed to be metame b'yad. Why? Right. Actually, Gilgala teyasa b'tuma, the Gemara explains chulininu umut aligram tuma lechulin shebe'eretz Yisrael. So 2 points. First of all, I'm allowed to cause tuma to chulin in Eretz Yisrael, but also because anyways the challah is not going to be eaten. Mishigilgala tiyasa b'tahara. I have to do it b'tahara. Why? Chulin hatvulin l'challah kechallah damu. Now, so the Gemara comes up with a new concept, and this is the concept we're going to be discussing all the way to the Mishnah on the bottom of Zayin Amud Aleph. Concept called, if you have a dough, and now there's a chiyuv challah in the dough, so now we view the entire dough as challah, because we don't know where the challah is. It's hiding inside the dough somewhere. So every piece of dough has a little bit of challah in it. So now you have an isser to make that dough tamei b'yadayim, because now really we're dealing with a kohen's dough, with truma, more, not a regular dough, chulin dough, we're talking about a truma dough, a challah dough. Same thing as truma. V'asaligram tuma lechallah. So again, what's the concept? We got to get this concept clear. If something becomes chayev b'challah, and that is in our case, after gilgul, after putting the water into the flour, you start creating dough, and that's the gemar melacha. That's when you finish. So halachically, you're finishing the dough because you obviously have to knead it and do all that stuff. At that point, it becomes chayev and challah, and the challah is inside the dough. You don't know where it is, so the entire dough becomes one piece of challah, and it's also what? No breira. Because now you are because right now you're going tuma to no. Gary, it's great to see you, but you're late. I would have preferred if you came with a computer and we could have gone live. Next time, tomorrow. Okay, Zog the Gemara. Now we're holding on today's daf. Tano. V'chaloso pluya. This woman. Okay, good. This woman who dealt with the challah, and she did it bitahara, she used tar kalim. What do? V'chaloso pluya, you can't do anything with the challah. Because there's a suffix here. There's still a suffix. So she removes a piece of challah, puts it on the side. Lo yochlim, you can't give it to the kohen. V'lo yisarvim, you can't burn it because it's a suffix. You can't burn. Now, be'ez is suffix amru, be'suffix challah. Very interesting lashon. It's not a regular suffix. We're not dealing with a strong suffix. We're dealing with something that's only a suffix regarding challah. What does that mean? My suffix challah. Abaye v'rovad amr tavayu. We're not talking about a suffix that's muchach, which they call in the lashon of the Gemara suffix ashakol. Let's say not the lashon of the Gemara, suffix ashakol. That's a very strong suffix. Here, I don't know if you need a picture for this, but where were you yesterday? Oh, okay. What is this? Two paths. Yes, I stole it from Erichin. No, I just printed it out today. But yeah, I reprinted it. Shnei Shvilim. Now, according to Tosfos, it's a little bit better than Rashi. It's the same thing as Rashi. He just explains. He gets rid of one problem. Basically, there's a dead person buried either here or here, and we don't know where he's buried. And you could say the case is one person went on both. Tosfos doesn't like that because at the end of the day, it's tumor b'shus rabim speaking tar. So what he says is, Ruvain went in A, Shimon went in B, and they both showed up in Bezdin the same exact second. So now Bezdin has a dilemma because they can't tell them they're both tar because Mimanav Shach, one of them is Tameh. So Memela, that's a suffix hamuchach. One of them is for sure Tameh. 50-50. You could pick either Ruvain or Shimon, but one of them is Tameh. Shalom Aleichem Rabbi Yossi. I just want to say that Yossi is here today, and he's going to be gone for a few days. He's having orthopedic surgery, so we want to wish him a refuah shleima. Even though he's having surgery in a few hours, he's still here today by the daf. It's amazing. All right. I'll post. Okay, good. I don't know if this whole Daf Yomi is working out for you. Since you started, I'm not going to get into it. Okay. What? This is not his first surgery. Okay. What? You're worried about Usha. You have the privacy things. Okay, whatever. It's good. HIPAA. Be'ez suffix amru. You have HIPAA in England?
Sorry?
Much sure. Okay, I saw the sensitivity there. Says the Gemara. We're not talking about such a strong suffix where it's a 50-50. Doesn't chulin greda nami mitamu. Chulin also becomes tummy. Where in the world does chulin become tummy? Rashi says, you hear, Mr. Kornbluth, where does chulin become tummy? How can you make chulin tummy? Make chulin tummy by a chaver. A person who's makbid on chulin like it is kadosh, and he went on one of these shvilim, then we have an issue. So what suffix are we dealing with this challah? Binishan. When he's leaning. Oh, I have a picture. This is an original. Don't copyright it. Here. Oh, it doesn't. This is a safe. This is the Sefer Torah safe. See this, Avi? Avi, you see what's going on here? Niddah on here. Anyways, this guy's a Tameh, this guy's a Tar. They both have tzitzis with chayils, of course, and yarmulkes. This Tameh guy is a Zav. That's why he's Tameh. I'm not racist. It just happened to be. Okay, look. He's leaning. They're lifting a very heavy object. So when you lift a heavy object, sometimes you lean on it, right? If you ever carried a refrigerator up a flight of stairs and your friend is behind, then there's a lot of leaning going on. Now, if you lean on a Zav completely, that's Hesed. And Hesed makes you tummy like the Zav. So it's possible this guy leaned on him or he leaned on him. Either way, the tar became tameh or the tameh made the tar tameh. If a tameh guy leans on a tar guy, the tar guy becomes tameh because the tameh leaned on him. And if the tar guy leans on the tameh, same thing, the tar becomes tameh. You can lean in either direction. Either the tameh leans on you or you lean on the tameh. Either way. But this is the case of the Gemara basically. I couldn't find a nice donkey loading up.
Even without moving.
Hesed is usually moving, but over here we're talking about leaning. Right, over here we're talking about Nishan. So Nishan, Rabbi is saying Nishan is not real. It's not the real deal. In other words, Rashi explains, there's two problems. Maybe he didn't lean. We don't know. It's a suffix. Maybe he leaned. It's not a 50-50. It might be a 10-90. Maybe he didn't lean at all. It's not like two shvilim over here that's deaf, 100% a dead person buried here, and somebody walked either way, Reuven or Shimon or Reuven walked on both of them, so either way he's tameh. That's a definite tumah, but a 50% chance it's who it is. Over here, it's possible this guy is really strong, and he never leaned. Even if he leaned, says Rashi, it's not a real hesed. He didn't move him, he leaned on him. So that's not real tumah, so there's two problems here. It says the Gemara, Ela ben Nishan. Over here, dealing with a very weak suffix called Nishan leaning. This nan. Zav v'tar, nothing like my picture. Zav v'tar, shahayu parkim in a chamar. They were unloading a heavy load from a donkey, or tayanim, or they were loading it up. Bisman shemas some covered. If it was very heavy, tamei. Why is he tamei? Because he's going to lean on him. Masan kal, if it's very light, tahar, there's no tumah. V'kulan tahar livnei hakneses, and if you go into shul, everybody's tar, meaning if you're talking about people that are chaverim and they're makbid on chulin b'tahara, they are tahar. Utmeim l'truma, and they make truma tamei midrabanan, because it's a weak shiloh over here. Maybe he leaned, maybe he didn't lean. Fine.
Are we saying that anybody goes to the shul is a chaver?
No, it just means regular people, chulin people.
Okay.
Not everybody, but that's where you find the chaverim. It's a term of, just regular people.
Even if
what? A lower chulin. Now, v'chulin atvulin lechala kechala damu. You could say it in lashon kasha. You could say it in lashon however you want. The point is, our sugya, this dough that is obligated in being mafresh chala from, it becomes like the whole dough becomes chala, and memela, whatever the halach is. So yeah, it's a kasha. V'tanya, this is the kasha. Because Rashi Mimashma maybe that he wasn't asking kasha. Well, okay, let's say the kasha. Your concept that chulin, l'kaver shchodesh, there's ice cream in the morning. Givaldik. Yeshua, unbelievable. Nu musagim. Is this true that if you make dough and the dough is obligated in challah, the whole thing is considered challah, and memela, you're not allowed to be metamet lechatchila on purpose? Vatanya isha shi tvulas yoim. If a woman is a tvulas yoim. Now, when it comes to tumah, a person is a tvul yoim. What does that mean? If a person has tumah and they go to a mikvah, so they have to wait. Certain people have to wait until the night. So this woman went to the mikvah. She has to wait until the night, till the evening, until she becomes completely tar. But what's her status from the time she went to the mikvah until the night? She drops the tvul yom. But what is that in practical terms? So we had this. Here's the avatuma. She's an avatuma. She went to the mikvah, and then she became a tvul yom, and now she's like a sheni. She has the status of a sheni. What could a sheni do? A sheni can make a shlishi tamei. Only truma. It says in small word here. Truma kachim. A shlishi can make kachim tuma. Okay, so a tvul yom is a sheni. Says, excuse me. Isha shi tvulas yom. Now this woman wants to bake bread. What could she do? The problem is a sheni, a person who's a sheni. She has a status of sheni. If she touches truma, what happens to the truma? Bye, garbage. What's challah? Truma. How could you make challah? How could you be mafresh challah? She's a sheni. There's an idea, says the Gemara. Lasha Seyisa, she goes on doing what she wants to do, because right now when she's making the dough, it's only chulin, it's not truma, she could do it, there's no problem, no tumah goes into that dough. She removes one piece of challah. She puts it on a very flat piece of wood. This piece of wood that's flat has no tumah to it because it's flat. So right now she's holding something that's not mikabel tumah. Umakefes, this is an interesting new word. She goes close. Makefes, not like in Hebrew, she goes around. She goes close, nearby the rest of the dough. V'koyre Lashem. And she calls this piece of dough that's on my flat tray, she says, oh, this should be challah for this dough. Now she's not touching it.
She puts the dough next to the rest of the challah.
Yeah, the dough, she brings the dough, she brings the challah. She's holding it in her hand. She brings that challah next to the dough and she says, that dough is challah.
Did she separate it already?
Mipnei shu shlishi. Ushlishi tar b'chulin. She creates a shlishi. And the shlishi is okay when it comes to dough.
Why didn't you have to hold it on flat surface?
Because if it's in a kli, then she touches the kli, everything becomes tummy.
She will becoming trouble.
What?
The kli will not become trouble from her, which is a shame because the kli cannot become.
A kli can only become from avat tumah, you're asking. I don't know. I know the answer is very simple. That for sure.
Rashi says,
oh, Rashi says, okay, very simple. She shouldn't take it from there. Why is it on a very flat kli? Because of, she shouldn't. Yishkoach for bringing it up. But wait a minute, this whole thing doesn't start. We just said as she's making the dough, the whole dough becomes challah because now it becomes from Gilgul on. What's Gilgul? What? Okay.
the whole dough is chulin now.
No, you missed the whole sugya.
I didn't. The whole dough is
The whole dough.
She calls it challah. Now it's
No. From Gilgul. Were you here in the beginning of the shir?
No.
The first. Okay, that's the problem. The first words of shir was a lady was making challah. As she makes challah, she puts the water in. I'm not shtoching you. I'm just saying that's what happens. We started sugya. So we'll repeat because we have a lot of time today. So as she's making the dough and she be chayiv to bring mafresh challah, the whole dough is considered one piece of challah, says the Gemara. From here you see it's not considered challah because she can remove the challah afterwards. Oh, tamisnu, she made a tame. Omer Abayam. Now, says Abayam a new thing. This concept that we learned, that something that's chayiv and challah becomes challah, kol shevadoi mitamo. What kind of tumah ruins it? Kol shevadoi mitamo chulin gozru asfeikoi mishum chulin. Anything that if it was a vadai, yes, by a niddah. If she's a vadai niddah, she creates tumah. By Hesed. Let's talk about Hesed. If he's a vadai zov and he moves it, he creates tumah. Gozru asfeikoi mishum chulin hatfulin challah. So in that case, if you have the ability to go up a level in tumah, but today you're not. Today you're a suffix. I'm a suffix, but if I wasn't a suffix, if I was a vadai, I have the ability to make tumah. So even when I'm a suffix, I say that if I touch the dough, the whole dough is no good. But when you're talking about a woman who went to the mikvah, and she's a tvul yom, thank you. So what is she now? She can never be stronger. She's stuck in a tvul yom status. You can't say this tvul yom if this and this happened. Tvul yom could only be a sheni and no more than a sheni. Since a tvul yom can never, she is a vadai tvul yom. That's all she is. She's a vadai tvul yom. She can't get stronger than that. So tvul yom cannot make challah tameh. You don't say there's a gzeira in that dough. Ask the Gemara, but what about our sugya? Niddah. You have a person, so far we discussed two cases. A tvul yom lady, she cannot get stronger, and a hesed guy picking up a safe. He's leaning, that's a case of that if he's a vadai, if he really picked up a zav, he would be mitama dough. But so he's a suffix. If he didn't lean, so he's not mitama. What about a niddah? A niddah me'es la'es is not mitama chala. How do I know? Because yesterday we learned that a person that's makbid on truma, he takes chulin and pretends that it's truma, he's not mitamet. She's only mitama kachim. We said in Daf Yomi kachim and chulin. And yesterday we said truma. Kachim and truma. And yesterday we explained that we're not talking about real truma, we're talking about fake truma. Somebody pretending on chulin that it's truma. He wants to be very makbid. He wants to get used to the Beis Hamikdash. And this woman is not mitama that. Why not? If she was a real niddah, she would be mitama that. So if she's a suffik niddah, meis leis, you go retroactive 24 hours. So she's a suffik niddah. I know what you're thinking already. She's a suffik niddah. So suffik niddah should make that chala tameh. What are you thinking? You're trying to think what I thought that you thought. Because you always taina that she's not a suffik. It's only the Rabbanan. That's one of the answers of the Gemara. Vaday, meaning a vaday nida, not a suffik nida like in our case. Meis leis is suffik. We're going backwards. She saw dam today. You say, well, maybe she was tummy yesterday. That's only in the suffik part. But a real nida from here on out, real nida. The vada metame chulin, she has the capacity to make chulin tamei. And you say that her chulin doesn't become tamei damamar. How do I know? Yesterday we said they were mekabel the brayso and they said bechulin shenasa taharas hakodesh, v'loy bechulin shenasa taharas truma. That a woman doesn't have the ability, if she's a suffik nida, to make taharas truma. Somebody that accepted upon himself a chulin, use chulin as if it's truma. And chala is truma. They're the same. So maybe you see that even in a case where you could come to a vaday, you don't, like a hesed, even if you could pick up a zav, you shouldn't say that the chala becomes tameh. Says the Gemara, hasam le'psicha behu truma. Says the Gemara gevaldik. I wish I had a chart for this. When a person is makbid on chulin like truma, is there any truma in that chulin? No. Zero. But by us, in the case of challah, when she starts making dough, the challah is somewhere in there, we don't know where it is, and it spreads to the entire dough. Memela have to be makbid on it and then make it tameh. Over there, she's tam. We're not going into the chumr nachum. We're just saying there is no kedusha in that dough. Hasan le psicha, and again, a new word. Put it in your dictionary. Psicha over here means not to open, because it's with a chaf. It's psicha means to mix in. There's no mix of any kind of truma in this mix. Why? Because she's taking chulin and the person's pretending that it's truma, but there is no real kedusha in that chulin. Hacha psicha boom truma. Over here, once you start making dough, the challah, the slash truma, is within the entire dough, and that's why I have to be makbid on it. Mr. Kornblue's terrace that he almost thought about. Hanach meis leis rabbanon. We're all talking about the rabbanon here. This woman is only suffix. She's not a real suffix tameh. She's going backwards with the rabbanon for some gzeira that you should be makbid on suffix nida, but not because she's really tameh. And memela she doesn't have the capacity to be metama chulin or chala. Okay, Rabbi said brand new sugi much easier, and we already did this a number of times, so it should really go quickly and easy. Shkoyach, Mr. Feder, wow, Shkoyach. 11, it's actually 11. Says the Mishnah. Rebbe Lezer Oimer. Arba Noshim Dayin Shaton. How many times do we have this? 20 times already. There are 4 women who don't see dam anymore, and memelo, when they start seeing dam, there's no reason to believe they had this dam yesterday and the day before, like other women, or at least Chachamim who say 24 hours back, they didn't have dam. So when they see dam, it starts from this point on. Hey, you can't come late and leave early. Judah.
What do you want?
Get back. What's a psula? As the Gemara is going to explain, the Mishnah is going to explain, it doesn't necessarily mean a psula, a virgin. It means psula from dam. She's too young to see dam. She could even be married and not be a psula, but she's in this category of psula. Mu'uberes, a pregnant woman doesn't see dam. Minika, a nursing woman, uskein, an older woman. Omer Rabbi Yeshua ani lo shamati lebsula. Rabbi Yeshua is mechulik and Rabbi Lezer, and he says, I never heard the other three. I heard a woman who never came to dam bechlal, to maturity. Aval, and this is very important, halacha ki Rabbi Eliezer. The Mishnah says mefurish, the halacha is like Rabbi Eliezer in all four women. 4 women, dayan shatan, we start from here on out. Ezi psula, what does it mean? Kol shalei rasa domi yomel. Avapishin is sua, amazing. We're not talking about a version of a woman who's married, so obviously she's not a psula. She's just basula to blood. Ava muberes, what does that mean? Mishiyavada ubra, when you can tell that she's pregnant. 3 months. Miniko, what does it mean? Somebody gives that nurses achatigmal has been up. We're going to have a machlokes in a second what that means until she weans the baby off. Nisana b'nal miniko, if she gives her kid to another woman to nurse, in other words, she's done nursing, or she stopped completely. Oy meis, I don't know what arichus is, or the kid died. Rabbi Meir, oy mer mitame meis leis. The moment she stops, and then she sees dam, then we go back 24 hours. The Chacham Moirim Dayashato. Chacham are amazing. Chacham says, regardless of what you do with this baby, even if the baby dies, let's say, Rahman Islam, the baby dies when it's 6 months old, the woman still has 24 months to go straight to be considered a woman who doesn't see dam. Her body doesn't know. That is going to be, I believe, negate to the whole machlokes, why a woman has dam b'chlal, period got somois, or it's the dam becomes milk, whatever it is. Fine. What does it mean, older woman? If 3 periods pass by and she didn't see dam like she normally sees every period, every month, 3 times went by and she's close to that age where it's supposed to stop anyways, Memela, we assume, yes, her body stopped, and this blood that she just saw now, this dam, is new, and it didn't happen yesterday. We don't give her 24-hour like Chacham say. Rabbi Lezer, some are goyers here, I think the Masaj says Rabbi Lazar, and we had this just the other day. It doesn't matter if she's skeina or not. Any woman who 3 months, you have a 20-year-old who 3 months didn't see dam, then it's as if she has a chazakah, she doesn't have dam. Now that she has dam, you don't go backwards, you only start from this point on. So he's mechulik on the Tanakama. Tanakama says, if I could tell that the woman is pregnant, she doesn't have dam. Says Rabbi Yossi, no. It might come earlier, it might come later. She needs to stop seeing dam for 3 periods. That could be every 20 days, whatever her period is, 3 times. In other words, if her period is every 35 days, now you're more than 100. You're more than 3 months in. It could be, whatever it is. It has to do with periods, not with you noticing that she's a menika. What?
Is this only talking about Besses Kavua?
In this woman?
Yeah.
Well, three times.
Must be Besses Kavua.
That's a Besses Kavua. 3 times is we'll see the sugya. Now, once she sees dam once, you don't go back 24 hours. To me, this wasn't such a big chiddush. To my chavrusa, it was. But once she sees a second time, now she's already like a regular woman. She already sees dam. So the second time, she does get a 24-hour. What?
You need 3 times to be mitzvah.
Why do you need 3 times to be mitzvah? She already goes. Okay, fine. That's why it wasn't chiddush to me. But let's say she jumped and that caused her to see dam. She went to a doctor, whatever it was. She saw dam. That this is obvious. Her body's not producing dam. It came from a noiness. The second time, the second time is the real dam, and she doesn't go back 24 hours on the second time. Tanya says the Gemara, Rabbi Shua says, I didn't hear 4 women. I only heard 1 woman. So he says, good for you. You only heard 1. If somebody didn't see the moon, he can't come and testify in Bezdin that he saw the moon and create a Rish Chodesh. Says the Gemara, Kol Yomav Shel Rabbi Eliezer Rabbi Yeshua. Now the famous case of Rabbi Eliezer. Rabbi Eliezer, as the Gemara says, was Shemuti. The famous story in Bava Metzia where by the Tana Achnoi, Rabbi Eliezer didn't agree to the rabbim. And he brought this and he said, Koisi B'Shem Medrash, and all the Nisim happened and still they put him in Chayrim. So in Mela, since he was in Chayrim, says the Gemara, Kol Yavish Rabbi Eliezer, Yosim Rabbi Yeshua. Even though the Mishnah says, Halach Rabbi Eliezer, we went like Rabbi Yeshua. But once he was nifter, he made it liyashna, meaning even like it seems like other people also had like Rabbi Eliezer. Even before, Rabbi Eliezer was just passing like what he heard before the generation. How come they didn't pass like Rabbi Eliezer? He was in Chayrim. If you're passing like him in one thing, other people will come to passing like him in other things. And because Rabbi Eliezer, the mice at the end of the day, he was huge. We can't go and tell people don't do like Rabbi Eliezer. So we don't want to get people to get confused. We said nothing's like halacha like him. Once he was nifter, this is interesting. I'm thinking now because I think once he was nifter, at the time that he was nifter, they took away the niddah anyways. So Rabbi Yeshua, who they paskin like Rabbi Yeshua, she said, no, don't paskin like me. The halacha is like Rabbi Eliezer. Let's go back. That all four women, what? Dayan Shatan, from here on out is Tumah. Or Rabbi Yudam Shmuel, halacha ki Rabbi Eliezer ba'arba. In three halachas, not in these. Now the sugya is going to be random halachas, that halachas like Rabbi Eliezer. Choded Amaron, this halacha of four women, Dayan Shatan. V'idoch Hamaksho. So let's go back to that chart that we had real quickly yesterday. Here's a period of Niddah, and this is the period of Ziva, 11 days of Ziva. If a woman sees Dam in number 3 days consecutively, it doesn't matter, 4, 5, 6, she becomes a Zava G'doila, meaning she has to keep Zayinikim. She has to do a bdika every single day and make sure she doesn't see Dam, then she goes to the mikvah. And carbon, good point. It's a nafkamina, very good. Now, what if the woman was pregnant and she saw Dam 3 days? But here's a trick. She thought she's having labor pains and blood from Leida doesn't count towards Ziva. Big nafkamina, she gave birth the next day. If she's a Zava, so she has to wait, let's say, 1 week. If she had a boy, 2 weeks she had a girl, and then she go to mikvah right away. But if she's a Zava, she has to do Zaynikim. She has to go until there's no dam. It could be forever. Who knows? She just gave birth. Big nafkamina. But if she could attribute these pains, this dam, to her leida, she says, I had contractions, and that's why I had dam. Mimela, she's not a zava, and she doesn't have to wait. Zaynikim. What if she took a break? She had all this pain, she had all this dam, 3 days, and then she's on vacation, no pain anymore. Then she gave birth. Wait a minute, those 3 days that you saw dam, it's not because of your contractions, it's because you're a zava. How do I know? Because you had a break. How much of a break? Says Rabbi Eliezer, 24 hours. Hamikasha, it's like a behema mikasha. A woman is mikasha, she's giving birth. Kama tishve, another new word. How long should she rest? V'tei zava. Not like Rabbi Yeshua over there that says it has to be a whole night and a day, and you start from the night. Halacha like Rabbi Eliezer. Okay, vidach, another halacha like Rabbi Eliezer. Third one. We just mentioned a zava and a zava. They have to count 7 clean days and do a b'dika on every day. What if they didn't do a b'dika on every day? And it's a halacha l'maisa today also. I'm not passing from here, but these are shaylas we're going to get into. A woman does a b'dika on the first day, she forgets, and then she does it on the last day. Yoitza, not yoitza, mikvah, not mikvah. What do you do? Hazava shabbat guatza and yom rishon u'matzutar. It was a good b'dika, and then they were negligent, not negligent. I don't know. Yom shvi u'matzutar. And then they skipped all the days in between, all 5 days, and they did the 7th day. It's okay. She did in the beginning, she didn't then. Let's combine everything. Let's assume there's nothing in between. Says Yeshua, the most interesting of all shitas. You take the first day, you take the last day, now she has 2 days, let her count another 5 days. What happened to all the days in between? Go figure. No, you have 1 day only. Everything before that doesn't count. And mainly you have another 6 days to count from here on. Like everybody here was thinking, near in Divri Rabbi Eliezer and Divri Rabbi Yeshua. Rabbi Eliezer makes a lot more sense than Rabbi Yeshua. Just be consistent and say the first and last day are good, and everything in between is good. V'direi Rabbi Akiva and Rabbi Kula, Rabbi Akiva makes the most sense. Don't use any of the days, just the last day. But Rabbi Shua doesn't make sense. The halacha at the end of the day is like Rabbi Eliezer. I combine the first and the seventh, and that's it. Let's. I guess it's 8 o'clock. Unfortunately, we'll start from here tomorrow. A guten chodesh.
Tomorrow, 7:15 here.
Will you